Hello and welcome back to another video from Average FPL. Today we're just going to preview Game Week 8, the fixtures in general, how my team's looking and potential captaincies for the weekend. So we'll start in goal, and for me I've got stuck with both Watford goalkeepers, home to Liverpool. I'm not expecting anything, I'm not going to transfer them out. If they get 2 points, that is above expectations for me with them. Going into the defence, we've got Digne at home to West Ham. Now, Everton a bit patchy at the moment. Digne's also got a bit of a flag on him, just like Calvert-Lewin, who's on my first bench. So I think if Digne plays, I wouldn't say a clean sheet is impossible. I think West Ham are also a bit inconsistent at the moment, and therefore I think he's also potentially could get an assist as well in this one. Luke Shaw from Man United. I think Man United Leicester, that is a really tough one to call. I think with Man United's defence away at Leicester, I can't see them really getting a clean sheet. But I guess I can hope. Ben White against Crystal Palace for Arsenal. That's where I really need defensive return from. Arsenal have been quite good at keeping clean sheets recently, and I don't see why they can't keep one against Crystal Palace at home as well. Moving into the midfield, I've got El Yunusi at home to Leeds. He had a good spell on international duty over the weekend, so I'm hoping he'll be able to carry that into the form this weekend and get some returns, especially since my defence is not looking very good. I'm going to need the rest of the pitch to pull out all the stops and get some points. Odegaard, just like Ben White, home against Crystal Palace. I think he's got a chance. He was unlucky in previous games not to get goals and assists when other attacking midfielders did. I think it's just a matter of time. He's sort of the main focal point of Arsenal's midfield, linking midfield to attack. So I'm okay with that as well. Now, the captaincy shout this week, I've decided to go with Salah. It was really between Salah and Lukaku, so I'm going to have to move the vice captaincy as well off Fernandes to Lukaku. Could have been Lukaku, but really Salah would get an extra point for the goal, and he's nailed on for penalties. And Lukaku's also got a flag next to him as well, so I would expect Lukaku to play. I think this flag's just precautionary, but just to be on the safe side, I'm going to captain Salah. He has the best fixture away at Watford. I think Brentford would be better. It would be a more difficult fixture than Watford, both away, and he's also on fantastic form as well. So it makes it quite a straightforward choice for me. And then I've got Mbeumo and Tony, Chelsea at home. I mean, I'm not really expecting any returns from there. I feel like my team this week is a bit stretched, really, in terms of where the points are going to come from. And it's one of those weeks that where you think, oh, if I can just get through it without too much of a red arrow, maybe just stay where I am, that'd be a positive week. And then you look to regroup and go with your team having more favourable fixtures. Sometimes your team just has bad fixtures all in one go. It could potentially be bad planning, but really when you've got big hitters and those sort of rotation players, it can happen occasionally. So it's nothing to really worry about too much, as long as it doesn't happen on multiple weeks. In terms of captaincy, other than my team, I'd be interested in looking at Son away at Newcastle. I know Newcastle have got new investment, but we will see whether that maybe loses their focus at the moment, whether Steve Bruce is going to get replaced. There could be a bit of hit and miss, and Spurs looking to bounce back and get some consistent form again. So Son would be quite good captaincy for me. If you were going to risk it with Man City, I would say maybe someone like Phil Foden or Gabriel Jesus would be quite good against Burnley. Chelsea, I think if Lukaku plays, he's a great option away at Brentford, but I would be more than happy just sticking with Liverpool attackers. I think if you've got any of the Liverpool forwards, Sadio Mane or Salah, I would say stick the captaincy on them. I think that is the best fixture, and I am just inclined to stay away from Man City regardless, just because of the rotation. And I think if you captain one of their attackers and they start on the bench and then they're likely to come on for half an hour or 10 minutes, then you've kind of given yourself a bit of a bit of a tough call with the captaincy there in terms of maximising your points. So yeah, not really too sure about how it's going to go this weekend. Hopefully you guys will have a good weekend in terms of point scoring. I've sorted my bench out. I think if Calvert-Lewin is eventually going to come back, I think he will be a great option to go back straight back into the team, probably for El Yunusi, and then that's taking me into a 3-4-3. But until now, he just stays on the bench as my first option. Unsure as to whether to spend a transfer. I've got one free, but I'm quite inclined to let it roll and gives me a bit more flexibility next week and just hope for the best with this one. So yeah, thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.